So there's a lot of people on social media right now, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, doing a lot of stuff with beef tallow, where you add beef tallow to the wrapped brisket, let it cook in it, and helps keep it juicy and moist, adding back some flavor that might come out. So I went ahead and I made some beef tallow myself. This is all made from brisket trimmings. Just bake it down. I'll end up making a video showing how to do this. I wanted to try it out a couple times before I did a video. So I warmed some up, and I'm going to add this to the butcher paper that we're going to wrap the brisket in. So currently I've had a brisket on the Weber Smokey Mountain for about 6 hours now. We got a temp of about 165 in both the flat and the point. It's been there for a few hours, so the bark's set up nice. We're going to go ahead and get some butcher paper down, put some tallow down, wrap it up, see how it comes out in the end. Let's get the paper over here. Okay, there's our paper. We're going to go ahead and first hit this with some tallow. Get this all over here. So once we wrap it, we're going to roll the brisket up inside the tallow paper. Then we're going to fold it up, put it back on here. This, I think, does a couple things. One, it's going to cause a nicer barrier, make this a little tighter, less moisture is going to get out, and we're going to keep more in. Plus, you got the flavor of this tallow and everything that's going to be back on the brisket. So let's go ahead, get the brisket on here, wrap it, and get it back on until it's finished. As you can see, we got a great bark set up. We got a little pulling, but that happens on briskets. This came fresh from a cow that me and a few friends got in on together. It was butchered kind of funny. I'll have some pictures you can look at. There's some holes and weird spots, and they took a lot of the fat off of it. So we're gonna see how this turns out, but let's go ahead. This was fat side up, and then we're gonna put it back fat side down. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. There you go, all wrapped up. Gonna put this back on the grill until it finishes, which is gonna be around 200, 205 internal, until it's probe tender. So let's get it back on, and we'll be back when we pull it off and it's time to rest. We've got the brisket off. It was at about 205 internal temperature. It's really tender. So I checked by probing. We have a couple of spots. Probe tender. Yep, 200 plus. It's a little tough to get through a couple layers of paper, but yep, 195 in the point, but you can tell that it's really soft. Thanks for helping, dude. So now we're gonna put this in the cooler and let it rest for a couple hours, let all those juices redistribute, and then we're gonna check to see how the tallow did, if it helped or not. We'll be back in a couple hours. Okay, it's been roughly 2 hours, just under one, somewhere between 1.5 and 2 hours of resting. Normally I like to let it rest a lot longer, but we're getting low on time here, so we're gonna pull it and see how it does. Now you could tell already, just by looking at the paper, it's nice and juicy and it's tender. So that's a good sign. Let's unwrap it completely and then slice it up. Look at how juicy that looks. Just the paper alone already, that's a good sign. So brisket is fully done. See the jiggle? That's when you know it's done. I'll be honest, this flat's a little tough and hard, but I'm banking that on the cut of meat. Again, it looked weird, there was no fat on it. So anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and cut it Check it out. There's the gratuitous. Juice is flowing. We'll go ahead and cut up this point real quick. Let's get a shot of it. If that's not near perfect, I don't know what is. Let's go ahead and cut a couple pieces off here. Yeah, this is a drier cut here. And I think that's just because of how it was processed. Yeah, there's no fat in here, but again, point is really good. We'll have some extra stuff over here. From the flat. All right, let's give this bad boy a whirl. Flavor's great. This point is perfect. Flat, pretty dry, I'll be honest with you. Actually, that's really good too. It looks drier than it is. Maybe that's from the tallow. That's really good. The one thing that I did notice is that it did affect the bark a little bit. It made the bark a little soft and tender. I mean, as I was unwrapping it, I noticed that some of the bark did come off. And I think that's just from putting moisture right on top of it and cooking and letting the paper sit on there. That's just what's gonna happen because you're basically gonna be steaming it with extra liquid inside of there. Would I do it again? Yeah, I think so. Got great flavor, great moisture throughout. Overall, yeah, I think that's a secret. And it's easy. If you do a lot of briskets, you save those trimmings, you cook them down, you save all the juice, all that fat, which is tallow, save it, put a little bit on your paper when you're cooking. It's great. Plus you can use it if you have a flat top and season cast iron and do a lot of other things with the tallow. So thumbs up for tallow. Go ahead and use it. Try it out. I'll be making a video soon on how to make tallow. Anyhow, like, share, subscribe. Talk to you later. Thanks.